Wine News TV Puerto Rico. Qué placer para mí estar en esta oportunidad única con el señor Paul Hobbs. Paul Hobbs, a legend himself in the winemaking world, wine industry. What a pleasure, sir.
Pleasure.
It's an honor to meet you. I've had plenty of your wines over the past, 15 years. We have very little time. You have the press here today. I want to ask you about your visit to Puerto Rico and the Puerto Rico market, what it means for your company.
Well, I haven't been to the Puerto Rico market for quite a few years, so I'm finally glad to get back. It's been such a great supporter of my wines, so it's just a thrill. And we've got 2 full days here.
That's great.
So I'm really getting a chance to get to meet all the key players.
Okay, so we have 2 wines to taste. I'm only going to take maybe 5 minutes with you. Can we go to the first one? Can you explain the Pinot Noir to the audience, and cheers? It's a real treat to be able to toast with you. What do we have here?
So this is the Russian River and Pinot Noir, which is West Sonoma County, basically. And this region has these beautiful soils and also a maritime climate, particularly influenced by the fog. So it gives a lot of freshness and brightness to the fruit.
Yeah, love the red fruit here, the spice, and obviously you have that generosity of the fruit. I mean, and it feels generous without feeling cooked or without feeling sugary. It feels balanced. There's equilibrium here.
Now we strive to make just this really bright, fresh cherry, raspberry, but also a lot of complexity, some underbrush notes as well.
Love the acidity here. It's a versatile gastronomic wine. It's layered. It's really nice. It's delicious. What do you pair this back at home? Like when you open one of these bottles, what do you eat it with?
You know, basically, Pinot Noir goes with so many different kinds of foods, but particularly I love game bird. And anything that has some high iron content. So because there's so much of that kind of blood red fruit quality, and that pairs up really nice. But it does well with fish as well. So it could be
like
Alaskan
salmon.
Alaskan king salmon, for example, is with the nice fatty texture. Oof, that's really amazing.
Let's get into Cabernet, because you're a master of Cabernet. You're like a Jedi master of Cabernet. And before we get into the wine, how would you describe your types of Cabernet to the audience? If somebody buys a Paul Hobbs Cabernet, what he or she will be getting?
Well, I think that's going to vary somewhat depending on where we source the grapes, of course.
Right.
But I think the key is always about the fruit. And Cabernet, of course, has structure and a lot of tension. And but I want it to be approachable and ready to drink right at the outset. So, so there'll be beautiful fruit, as well as some layering of tobacco and cedar notes, some graphite.
It's unbelievable, the black currant here, and you have a minty, like a fresh quality to it, some herbs, some spice, but yeah, you have that lovely, lovely black fruit. Wow, I want to just do this with you, Mr. Hobbs, one of your Cabernets. All right, let's go to the palate. It's luscious, it's rich, oh my God, and feels, as you said, a lot of tension here, grippy tannins, and then there's this velvety quality to it. You can bite into the fruit. It feels like very healthy fruit, and the finish is long. There's drying sensation that will cut through the meat. What a beautiful, beautiful bottle of wine, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
It's amazing. 2 last questions before we go. Is there a grape that got away from you that you've tried to master and you haven't been able? I mean, I've had your Rieslings, the Hilligan Hobbs that you're doing. I've had your Spain Godellos. Like you've been involved with lots of different grapes all over the world. Is there something you have yet to achieve or master, or something that's the one that got away?
I don't know if one's gotten away, but certainly I have not tried my hand at everything, because not every grape variety really interests me. But when I see something that I feel has nobility and can really reflect place, and also it's important that it has ageability. And then you mentioned layering and depth and all those kind of things. Well, as long as a grape can give me those tools to work with, then I don't think one's gotten away.
Last question. What do you drink at home when you're not drinking your wine? So obviously you have Malbecs, you have wine from Spain, from Argentina. What do you drink for pleasure that you buy with your own money, not your wines?
Well, basically I drink wines from all over the world, but mostly, well, to be honest with you, a little Italian.
Right.
And I certainly drink French wines. And there are wines from other parts of the world. It could be Australia, New Zealand. Certainly,
Whites, reds, champagnes as well.
champagnes, of course. Yeah. I mean, basically, it's like a big theater, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like all these different wines. So I have no particular. Actually, a lot of it has to do with what my wife is.
Oh yeah, of course, always the boss.
What she's thinking about and what she's cooking that evening. She's already uncorked the bottle, and away we go.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
It's been
you.
a pleasure, an honor. Mi gente, prueben los vinos de Paul Hobbs. Gracias, B. Suárez. Gracias, Jorge Wolf. Gracias a Harley. Gracias a Bernardo. Gracias por esta oportunidad. Un gran abrazo a todos. Salud y denle share. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Pleasure.
Salud.
Thank you so much.